What if I recorded every day of my life
forever? I decided to do the research and bring you details of this wedding that you probably won't find anywhere else. So let's talk about how one of Nigeria's most high-profile couples pulled off not one but 3 weddings across 3 different countries. But before we begin, did you know that Oluwatosin Ajibade, aka Mr. Easy, and Temi Otedola actually found love in the club in London back in January 2017. Fast forward 5 years later, he proposed to Temi in Venice while filming the video for Legalize. Back to the weddings, all started in Monaco on May 9th, a day that was very intentional. It was the birthday of Mr. Easy's late mother. This was where they had their legal wedding. They wanted something deeply personal. The Otedolas also have a home here, so this felt intimate, calm, and familiar. No big crowd, no paparazzi, just the 2 of them making it official, simple, classy, and powerful. 2 months later, they held a Yoruba wedding ceremony at the Otedola family house in Dubai. Temi wore 4 outfits from Zach Hussein, Misoi, Lisa Folawiyo, and Oscar de la Renta. Mr. Easy stepped out in his finest fit looking like a king. Then came the moment where they got teary. I mean, it's the symbolical moment of Nigerian tradition, the moment where her parents hands her over to a new family. Afterwards, they held a reception in the family's backyard inside a grand draped tent with over 2,000 lanterns and dozens of chandeliers. Temi wanted the tent to feel like you are in a Lagos club. Then she switched into a blue and red ashoke and Mr. Easy marched in with agbada. They had lots of food, different Nigerian dishes, and King Sunny Ade performed. I think Brother Shaggy is the only Nigerian celebrity I could spot at this wedding, and he is part of the groomsmen. Did you see any naira here? This is money na water. While the guests were having desserts, the couple quietly slipped away for an outfit change, and this was when they honored the Igbo roots of Easy's late mother. This was the after party look, which was held in the Otedola family home's basement. In August, they had their grand finale in Iceland, straight out of a fairy tale. The morning of the wedding, Temi wore this vintage gown while she glammed up. Wore Fendi couture inspired by Audrey Hepburn, while Easy went St. Laurent. And they looked so dreamy, so classy, so elegant, so beautiful. And this is the church. Guys, this is the church where they got married. This was the moment Femi Otedola gave his speech to the couple. For the wedding reception, Temi wanted something that gives nature, fog, volcanic stones, waterfalls, just something that represents her simple and peaceful nature, and she got it. Then Mr. Easy surprised that he booked John Legend to perform. How perfect. After that, they went on to have a party at their underground 9th club. For this look, they both wore custom jackets embroidered with "Love is easy, love is sweet." Oh. Finally, the fairy tale ended with an Icelandic hot spring beach party. The couple and their guests traveled by boat to Hamvik. This wedding made a lot of noise in the silence. It gave everything: love, old money, simplicity, classy, elegance, beautiful. Let me know one word you can use to describe this wedding, and if you enjoyed this recap, please like, share, and follow for more.
On today's episode of Rich People Who Rich Right, we have to talk about Temi Otedola and Mr. Easy's weddings. And yes, I said weddings. They had 3 weddings, one in Monaco, one in Dubai, and one in Iceland, and you guys are not ready for the looks that were served. Of course, this is going to start with a Vogue feature. Let's jump into the Monaco wedding. This was the legal wedding ceremony, and I was stunned when I saw this look. The romance is literally oozing out of this photo, and of course, these photos were taken by the one and only Jose Villa. I then was stunned once again by the second look for this ceremony. This is as chic as you can get. Picture perfect in every way possible. Their second wedding was a Yoruba wedding ceremony that they had in Dubai. And Temi is a fashion girl, so she was not playing with these looks. Zach Posen worked his magic. This is incredible, and she looks gorgeous. And I highly suggest reading the Vogue article because they get into the intricacies and the details behind the looks and all of the customs of traditional Nigerian ceremonies. He is serving fashion. This wedding took place at their family's home in Dubai, and they had a tent set up in the background for the reception. The theme for the guests was red, and everyone looks incredible. The florals, the couple, unreal. And the reception was done immaculately. The second look is absolutely gorgeous. And Mr. Easy had a second look too. This is a fashion couple. And the back of the dress, the colors are everything, the photos are everything. But we're not done because they had a third look, as they should. And we're still not done because there was a fourth look. I am in love with this dress on her. Now we're getting to the third wedding in Iceland. Their rehearsal dinner here was at the Harpa Opera House. And she wore Valentino and it was a moment. One of my favorite looks of the whole wedding is this vintage D-squared gown that she wore to get ready for her big day. Temmie is gorgeous, and I feel like my jaws dropped at every picture I'm seeing of her. But especially when I saw her in her dress. So absolutely stunning. Her dress is by Fendi, and it's inspired by Audrey Hepburn's 1954 wedding dress. This is where they got married, and wow. And speaking of wow, this picture and those floral arrangements, and his suit is sharp. The joy I feel looking at all of these photos, because they're just stunning. And timeless. Here they are with their second looks and the beautiful backdrop of Iceland. And they really capitalized on this gorgeous backdrop by having this glass tent to just see the view. I don't even have words for how dreamy this is. Seriously. John Legend performed. And then obviously they changed again. These looks are so fun. The custom jackets and the neon lights that say love is easy. They ended the wedding celebrations at the hot springs the next day. The perfect closing look. The weddings, the couple, the fashion, incredible.
This is behind-the-scenes access to one of the most incredible weddings of the year, captured by the one and only Jose Villa. It's a masterclass in how photographers are not just documenting, but truly creative directing. Temmie and Mr. Easy's wedding spanned 3 continents and the whole of 2025. Iceland, Dubai, and Monaco. Beginning with their traditional Yoruba wedding in Dubai, just iconic moments. But the desert heat made it too intense to shoot outside. So Jose changed things on the fly and concepted up this indoor shoot, flying in these custom hand-painted backdrops to make portraits to rival any fashion campaign, all while looking the part themselves. Next, it was Monaco for the civil wedding, where Jose's concept at Karl Lagerfeld's house felt like an iconic old movie. All before the grand finale wedding in Iceland, which has maybe never seen a wedding like this before. The reception design pulling the dramatic Icelandic landscapes inside, this landmark church ceremony, and John Legend making a surprise appearance for the first dance. Intense wind only giving 20-second windows of time outside to capture portraits. This is how you make it count. The couple even got a preview of their images that night and lost the plot. Photographing a wedding in an extreme place like this comes with huge weather and logistic challenges, but the extra mile ideas, planning, and creative direction will keep pushing wedding photography to new heights.
So the only celebrity wedding I care about, the photos have just dropped and we need to talk about it. You guys have no idea how long I've been waiting to see these photos. Like, Temmie Otedola is one of my biggest style icons and just one of my favorite influences of life. And I've been dying to see these outfits for her wedding. So let's talk about the first one. Okay, so she said that this was inspired by Audrey Hepburn's wedding dress in 1954 or something like that. And you know what, at first I was like, oh well, I knew it was going to be something different, because with Temmie, you know, her style is very authentic to her. I knew it was going to be something different, and it took me a while, but then I was like, I've never actually seen a wedding dress that had freaking a marble design on it, and I just think it's so elegant. It screams class and elegance. Look at a better look of it on the mannequin before she wore it. I've honestly never seen a wedding dress quite like this. It was so refreshing to see something different, and I just thought, I was shocked, like in a good way. I was like, whoa, this is something different. It's refreshing to see something other than the classic. Obviously, there's nothing that wrong with, you know, regular wedding dresses, but I did expect something different from her. Guys, I'm sorry, my green screen is acting up, but this is one of my favorite looks. This is what she wore for the first outfit for her traditional wedding that they did in Dubai. And just look, like, just stunning, just beautiful. This is exactly how I pictured if she was gonna do like a white traditional wedding outfit. This is exactly how I thought it would be, and this is one of my favorites. It just eats. There's this outfit as well. I read the thing on Vogue, and she said that this outfit was to honor Mr. Easy's mom, who passed earlier this year, and she really wanted her to wear this fabric, and I thought it was cute. It's different again, and it's very cute. But this is the one. This is the one that made me audibly gasp. Come on. Like, come on. When do you see things like this? Like, nobody has worn something like this for the traditional wedding. This is just everything. The colors, like, I would have never thought in my head that it would go together the way it's gone together, but this is everything. This is another look of both of them. He looks great. Sorry, I'm only focusing on Temi. It's his wedding too. They both look amazing. But yeah, I can go back to living a normal life and not having to wait, because I've been waiting for these wedding pictures since 2022. I don't care for influencers like that, but Temi is one of those people that I love, and I love she and Mr. Easy's relationship, and I've been waiting for it. And yeah, last night I saw the photos and things can be fine again.
Congratulations to Temi Otedola and Mr. Easy Ajibade. Temi said don't go change her name ASAP from Temi Otedola to Temi Ajibade. Their love cuts across 3 countries. This unforgettable wedding from Monaco to Dubai to Iceland. A civil wedding was held at Monaco, while the rich traditional wedding was held at Dubai. Now, the white wedding at Iceland. Congratulations to both of them. These pictures have been flying all over social media, and Vogue is involved. Guys, this wedding is big. The 1% of the 1% were at this wedding. You guys know that Femi Otedola is like one of the richest man in Africa. So yeah, what do you expect? But guys, I love, so I am happy for them. Congratulations to Temi, Mrs. Temi Ajibade. This is beautiful. Look at the wedding gowns, from everything. Oh, they don't need to do too much for this side, and everything is classic. Money they cry. Congratulations to both of them.
Mr. Easy and Temi Otedola just opened a fashion multiverse. Ordinary people just have weddings, right? These two, they had a Vogue editorial with a side of champagne. It started in Iceland at the Hall Green Chic. You shall know what I'm talking about. The church. Temi stepped out in an Audrey Hepburn-inspired Fendi haute couture gown. Neck high, puff sleeves, drama everywhere. It wasn't giving Princess Bride. It was giving royal decree. And Mr. Easy wore St. Laurent, double-breasted, standing there like, Temi, take it easy. I am your groom, your bodyguard, your assistant, and supporting actor. Perfect balance. Then they carried the party to Cliff Farm for the reception, where Temi turned it into a runway. She showed up in a house of Gil's lace gown with the cape flowing. Forget bride. This was Ice Queen season finale. And Easy, sharp, mysterious. Together, they looked like Game of Thrones characters that survived all the seasons. And the grand finale? Temi pulled up in a polka dot gown with so much volume. Even the air had to make space. Those shoes, she added the little birdcage veil like a sherry on top. Wide brim hat on vintage Porsche in front. I said, this is not wedding anymore. This is fast and fashionable bride's edition. Easy beside her, calm in his wide-legged suit, looking like he owns Monaco. Honestly, at that point, I wasn't sure if this was a wedding or the casting call for the next James Bond movie. Ordinary couples take pictures to remember their wedding. These two created a Vogue spread to traumatize single people. Are you crying yet? Your eyes are red. I'll be back.
Temi, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. You found a great guy, very great guy, blessed guy. He's come from a very decent family. One thing I'll advise you, Temi, is you have to succumb to the whims and caprices of your husband. Okay? He's your husband, he's your boss. There's no more dad, you don't call me up. So, one thing I like about both of you and I've observed is you're truly in love with each other. Truly, truly in love with each other. Temi is an entrepreneur. Tosi is an entrepreneur. So you match each other. This is made in heaven. For Tosi, you're going to go places. I've seen the entrepreneurial skill in you. When we were much younger, we think we used to hustle, but not like your generation. We are hustlers, real hustlers. And it's always paid off. Continue to love Temi. When you have issues, problems, just keep it within yourself. Never call any friend, I have this problem. Just keep it within your walls. And God will bless you and bless your marriage.
I think today really is a great day. And, Iceland is a very special place. In fact, this is my first time here. I've traveled all over the world, but not Iceland. So, Femi, thank you for for opening my eyes to come to Iceland. Actually, I've been sleeping since the time that I arrived here. I know this wedding really is so special. I had to cancel so many events to be here because Temi is a very, very special person to the family. And I think, Tosin, you are very, very lucky that you have a great wife, somebody who is very, very entrepreneurial, somebody who really wants to be on her own right from childhood. Temi doesn't really want to count on her father's money. You know, when you have a father like Femi, you have to be tough. And I know you are tough, even though you are you always look very calm. But I know you are tough. And you should continue to make us proud. Tosin, you know, you are a part-time singer, but you are an entrepreneur. In fact, when I was with you guys yesterday, we did not talk about music. We always, we were just talking about business. 17 countries or 18 countries in Africa. I never knew that you had business in 18 countries in Africa, but I must really congratulate you for being a great guy, and we are really, really very, very proud of you. Femi is not really my friend only, he's my brother. Wherever you see me, you see Femi. So he's my very, very, very good friend and a brother also. And if there's any brother that I have, you know, that's not the same mother or father, that brother is Femi. So I'm really, really very delighted today. I know that Femi is the happiest person today on earth for really seeing Temi being married to Tosin. And I think Tosin, our daughter is very, very lucky to have somebody like you, very calm. In fact, I don't know of any musician who is an entrepreneur, very calm, low-headed like you. So we thank God for your life. Knowing that the two of you are always very charming, very entrepreneurial, I'm sure in the next few years, we will take a back seat and call you the richest people on earth. But really, honestly, I must really thank, as the chairman of this occasion, I must thank each and every one of you for having time to fly all the way. Iceland is not a normal place to visit. So obviously, most of us who have actually, veered off to come down here. I mean, it took us, 8.5 hours from Nigeria. And from this reception, after making sure that everybody is happy, I'm flying straight to Miami for another wedding. But this is the most important wedding this year, and I think is the greatest wedding. I can't really imagine how Temi sat and designed all this. So Temi, thank you so much for making this place. I mean, you can see the scenery of the whole Disney. You can see clouds all over the mountains. And I think really this will be a very historic wedding. So thank you very much, Femi, for bringing out that big check to make sure that you make this our children very, very happy. And I'm sure you are going to have an amazing family. And I wish you all the very best. Good. I mean, wait, before I even say that, I want to advise something. Please, I know that you have a lot of friends, but once you get married, you draw friends and now just be between two of you. don't get your affairs, don't discuss your affairs with anybody. Whatever it is, sort it out within yourselves. And you've been together for a while. So I'm sure this will be the best wedding in town. So I wish you all the very best. And I'm sure within the next 1 year or so, I will give you a very big party for the first child coming on board. So you have to choose where we are going to celebrate that child, whether it's London, whether it's Iceland. Maybe you come back here. We don't know. Huh? Well, they said Greenland. Are you okay with that? USA. Wherever, maybe Miami. We'll go to Miami and just have fun and celebrate the new baby. So thank you very much all for coming. And I want to thank the Ajibade's family and, my friend here, Mr. Femi, Otedola and Nana, for really allowing this union to happen. It's the greatest thing that has happened this year. So thank you very much indeed.